Oh, I just love it, don't I? Um, yeah, I've just had a question about whether we can highlight all the shopping centres and things like that, and the amenities and facilities, and we can easily do that. So, um, another question I've had is, can we link into other graphics packages? And we definitely can. You can import and export what are known as KML, KMZ files, and that can go straight into Adobe After Effects, Photoshop, and all those things. But Adobe After Effects allows you then to do some incredible animations, depending on how deep you want to get into it. So it's extremely exciting. Now let me get the presentation back up. Bump, 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 bump. I've forgotten where we're up to now. Okay, so what is a virtual drone? So there's two of them. If there's any more questions, please. Questions are the important things. They'll come up and I can answer them here for everybody. So please ask as many questions as you like, and we'll have I'll give you my email. I'll just give you my Gmail, which is the one that you'll get me on quicker, that you can call anytime. So with the virtual drone, I don't really have to tell you how it's helping because we know exactly what it's doing. It means you don't have to, if you're into that level where you want to set up a drone, you don't have to worry about permits. You don't have to do you don't have to take the time off to do it. You don't have to go through all of that hassle. I don't know whether you've seen drone footage, but it generally needs a fair bit of editing. And this is something that we will get virtual drones back to you within 24 hours. So that's how good we are. And look, they're about $250, so it's not a great expense when looking at some of the properties that this will be working on. Again, the agents can answer those sorts of questions. So really, it's about the stunning aerial footage, which means we don't have the need for physical drones. It enables virtual tours of neighborhoods. Like, I could have just as easily gone from wherever the property is to the nearest supermarket, to the nearest school, to the nearest hospital. And we can have in Adobe After Effects that there can be pathways done in really spectacular visual routeways, and it's really fantastic. But it's cost-effective marketing material, and you will impress your clients. You will stop them going around to others because they'll say these people, have everything that I need. So it's great technology. Let's use it. Okay, don't have too much longer left. What I'm going to do is show you. Oh no, sorry, I've been half an hour, so we're halfway through. Great, because I want to show you the chatbots. As I say, everybody's going to be using chatbots soon. They are fantastic. They have a terrible reputation. If you'd have asked me 6 months ago, hey, Eamon, on chatbots, great. I would say, what planet are you living on? Whenever a chatbot, I don't know whether you all know what a chatbot is. It's generally the little thing that's in the bottom of the website. When you log onto the website, it'll come up and say, can I help you today? And I always say, no, you can't, and get rid of it, because Number one, this is just these chatbots that we're talking about, the QUECWA chatbots, are only just over 3 months old. Before that, chatbots were expensive, in the thousands of dollars, and they weren't functional. You couldn't have a conversation with them. These chatbots use ChatGPT, and I'll be showing you later where I'm not using the right terms. It still gets it. I ask it for things we haven't trained it on, general information. It gets it, but I'll be talking about the training, because that really is. We want to train in everything to do with your business, your industry, and most importantly, your property listings. So lots to do there. What I'll do before I get onto that, forgive me, I will take you through a presentation on the chatbots, and I'll talk it through. So let's go. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so first of all, I've fed it Rewa. I've just put the Rewa website into the chatbot. And within the Rewa website, and you guys will all be familiar, this is the latest news. Perth house prices reach new records. And within that article, we can see there are down the bottom, the suburbs that saw the highest price growth were Yangebup, Camelo, and Belia. So remember those, because I'll be querying that later. In ChatGPT, I just set up a fictitious address. Again, for privacy, I didn't want to use anybody's. This is 7 Swanview Terrace. I don't even think it exists. I went into Google Translate, and I said, what are the suburbs in WA that saw the most sales price growth? And that's the French for it. I hope there's some French people who can say it. So here I am now going into the chatbot. So I'm typing in, what services do Rewa provide? Because remember, we've trained it on Rewa, and so it's starting off RTO forms, member site access. And then I say, and are you selling a property? I'm talking, in Swanview. I made an accidental mistake. I said Swanview, but look at it. It actually said, no, I'm not in Swanview, but I have got one in South Perth on Swanview Terrace. I thought that was brilliant. And if you're interested, contact Damon Darcy. So I'm just saying, yeah, that one, please. I'm just talking it as if I was talking to a rep on the phone. And it's saying, I'm glad you're interested in that property. La-di-da-di-da, gives your name and number and everything. Does it have any unique points? Now, in the wording, it says features. But it still picked it up. It said, yes, the property, it has a personal rooftop helipad. So I'm saying, what is a helipad? And it's telling me. So I'm having a conversation that could go on forever about anything. It depends how you train, and I normally stop it. Here's the French. So that's the French I've typed in, and here's the response. And we can see Yangebup, Camelo, and Belia. So it actually answered us in French. So a few things to take from that. Did you see how it could have a conversation with it? This is what chatbots, I was involved for a short period of time in setting up a chatbot in 2018, something like that. And you had to phrase it so strictly. You can understand it because, the chatbot had to realize what you were after, what you wanted to do. So you had to phrase it in a way that it could understand, and it was a nightmare. And if the website visitor didn't follow the exact words in the context, then you wouldn't have got a proper answer. But with this, I'm saying, yeah, that one, give me that one. What's a helipad? So it really is just allowing you to do anything. It is amazing. Okay. So let's have a look at back to the presentation. Yeah, RealBot, which is, you can call it what you want, of course. It will answer any question your web visitors have on your website, your listings, the whole property industry, the whole regulation, first-time home buyers. You can take the entire legislation and put it into your chatbot. So it will answer legal questions as well for you. Gets back to the training, but once you've trained it, what we normally do is we train it over. Let you have 48 hours to have a look at one. So we'll set it up rather similar to the one that I had, so that you know there's enough on there, and then you'll say, yeah, I'd like to go for it. And then what we do is we train it with you. How would you, give us your price lists, give us your company history. It takes all sort of Word documents, Excel files, CSV files, even YouTube videos. Send them all to us and we'll put it into the chatbot, and it will have a really comprehensive knowledge of your business, your industry. It will be able to answer anything. And by the way, chatbots will sell for you. And I know that from the many that I've done so far. You can set it up, but it answers all your questions, and then it says, have I answered all your questions? It'll say yes, and then you can say, by the way, you mentioned South Perth before. Do you realize we have a special in South Perth? That for whatever reason is going cheaper than normal, or whatever you want to say. And believe it or not, people, and I know this from my own experience, people listen to chatbots. If that was a human from the company in support talking to me on the phone, I would just say, oh, yeah, okay, so email me something, or, I want to get off the phone. But with the chatbot, for whatever reason, it's answered all your questions. You or think it's not trying to sell you something, and boy, before you know it, you're committed. So that's how important it is. But again, this is all. The chatbot works day and night, 24/7, with immediate responses to your client, and it really does give consistent information. Again, I get back to saying that the training is really, really important. Now, Harvard University will use AI Professor to teach students next semester. So already we're living in a world dominated by AI. And that is the conclusion of the presentation. So I'm really pleased for that. I have no more questions in the chat. So I will call it a day here. I will make a recording of this presentation, which is great because it's only gone on for about 40 minutes. And I'll make a presentation, and you can contact me or one of the agents, and we'll be talking to you soon. I hope that's helped you. Thank you very much.